Solve the equation 2x over x minus 3 plus 1 over x plus 3 is equal to negative 6 over x squared minus 9. Here we have a rational equation, and the first thing I would like to do is get rid of the fractions by multiplying through by lowest common denominator. In order to determine what that lowest common denominator is, we're going to have to factor this denominator on the right-hand side. Let's start by doing that. Rewriting the equation, 2x over x minus 3 plus 1 over x plus 3 is equal to negative 6 over, this is a difference of squares, and it factors as x plus 3 times x minus 3. Now our lowest common denominator contains every factor that we see in the denominators, the greatest number of times that they appear in any one of them. These are all first powers, so our lowest common denominator is x plus 3 times x minus 3. Therefore, I'm going to multiply the equation through by that lowest common denominator, x plus 3, x minus 3. And I'd like to write that over 1 so I can see the numerator and denominator clearly. Here we go. We want to multiply that times each term. As we multiply it times 2x over x minus 3, our x minus 3's cancel, giving us 2x times x plus 3. As we multiply times our next term, the x plus 3's cancel, giving us a plus 1 times x minus 3. And on the right-hand side, both of these terms cancel, leaving us with negative 6. We've gotten rid of the fractions. Now let's solve the resulting equation. Let's clean up the left side by multiplying. 2x times x gives 2x squared, plus 2x times 3 is 6x. Multiplying 1 through this parenthesis gives a plus x and a minus 3. That's equal to a negative 6. Combining like terms, on the left we have a 2x squared plus 7x. And let's bring this 6 over as well, adding 6 to both sides. Negative 3 plus that 6 is a positive 3. So we have here now a quadratic equation. It's in standard form set equal to 0. So we're ready to factor it. If this left-hand side factors, it will factor as two binomials. Our leading terms must be 2x and x to give a product of 2x squared. Our signs must be positive because all of these signs are positive. Now let's get our factors of 3 in the appropriate places. If we use a plus 1 and a plus 3, then our inner product is x, our outer product 6x, and those sum to the middle term above, which is 7x. Now for our zero factor property, if the product of two things gives 0, then either one or the other, or both, is 0. So either 2x plus 1 is 0, or x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now solving each linear piece, 2x is negative 1, or x is equal to a negative 1/2, or x is equal to negative 3. Now, one thing we have to be careful of is making sure that our proposed solutions do not cause a 0 in any denominator of the original equation. Let me just rewrite it down here. It was 2x over x minus 3 plus 1 over x plus 3 is equal to negative 6 over x squared minus 9. Now let's notice that this proposed solution of negative 3 is going to cause a problem right here. If we substitute negative 3 in for x, we'll have negative 3 plus 3, which gives a 0 denominator. So we must exclude that or reject it as a possible solution. Negative 1/2 does not cause a 0 in any of these denominators. And go ahead and check it to ensure that it works and that we have not made any algebraic errors. And if you do, you find that it will work. So let's summarize by saying the solution set is negative 1/2.